Okay, how's it going, everyone? Scott Bloom here, and as always,
I am Dane Bauer.
and today we are going to talk about something very special to us, as well as some other things. So, let's get started. So, Dane, what's tomorrow?
It is the season premiere of Red vs. Blue Season 9.
That's right. And they are going to be diving into, what was it, uh, Project Freelancer, right?
Yep.
Yep. It's a prequel, right, to the series.
Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to take place like right before Season 1, because that's when most of the whole freelancer project and all that stuff took place.
Yeah,
Which is going to be pretty cool.
yeah, it looks pretty sweet. The new animation style and
Yeah, that's Monty that does all that stuff with
yeah,
his little cap studio.
yeah. He Monty Ohm, who did
Yep.
Dead Fantasy and let's see here, Haloid.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I recently picked up couple of games from GameFly. Didn't buy them, rented them, kind of, sorta. They had a 12, actually, yeah, 2-week free trial. So yeah, kind of went with that.
Nice.
So let's see here about season 9. What are you looking forward to?
Um, I don't really know. Um, well, there was like in the trailer, there was that one little part where it had the original Red versus Blue guys still in there. So I'm just looking forward to see what their part is in the whole thing. Just how, like, if they had any other run-ins with freelancers before the season 1.
It probably won't be anything too big.
Yeah, it should
Uh,
still be pretty funny though.
yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing each of their faces. Like in the teaser, they showed New York, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Um. God. Oh, Maine. Yeah. And in the teaser, they showed Maine getting his operation, trying to save his life.
and then he eventually becomes the meta.
Yep. Spoilers there for those who haven't watched the series.
Yeah, you should probably put a spoiler alert on this podcast.
Probably bleep that out.
Yeah.
But if for those who haven't, they probably should.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
It's kind of cool, like in the trailer, how they used Anchor 9 from Halo Reach as the setting for the,
Yeah,
like that medical facility.
yeah.
That's gonna be
Setting
pretty
for
cool
the
to
teaser
see. Yeah, it'll be pretty cool to see, like, the other stuff that they,
that they're gonna implement.
yeah.
That was pretty cool. Um, hmm. Let's see here. I just can't wait for it. So tomorrow, 11 o'clock Central, is when they'll have it ready.
Is that released for the general public, or
Yeah,
for... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be able to get it a couple hours early because I'm a sponsor.
that's cool.
Yeah. That's pretty much the only thing that you get for being a sponsor is being able to watch videos like a couple hours earlier, or a couple, like, for certain videos sometimes they'll release them a couple days earlier.
That's
But
cool. That's pretty cool.
yeah, I think the trailer for season 9 they actually released like 2 days early for sponsors, 1 day early for site members, and then it was just general public release.
Uh,
And I had just randomly gone to the website like that day that they released. I think it was a Friday or whatever. I got home from work and it didn't have anything else to look at. So I went to roosterteeth.com and it was like season 9 trailer. I was like, holy shit.
yeah, the
Like, okay,
last,
clear my schedule. I'm gonna watch this.
and it was only what, a minute and a half, maybe a
Yeah.
couple of minutes.
But after I watched it, I was just sitting there. I was like,
Wow.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah, the last time I visited Rooster Teeth, I watched the trailer, and then today I visited it again and noticed that they have a countdown to season
Yeah, that was
9, episode
cool.
1.
Yeah, I had completely forgot about it, and then I think this morning or last night I went to the website and saw that counter. It said 1 day left, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." It reminded me, so it's doing its job.
Yep. See here. Among other things, I've have you ever heard of Press Start?
It sounds familiar, but I have not. I'm assuming it's some kind of video game related thing.
Yeah, it's a movie that parodies video games. Like, there's a whole bunch of like video game mascots. Well, actually, they're parodies of video game mascots. Like Castlevania's Dracula is Vlad in this, and he's voiced
Uh,
by Shadow the Hedgehog. Let's see here. Um, let's see here. Then there's Zach Nimbus, the hero. He's well, kind of a hero. He's like a cross between Link of the Legend of Zelda and Cloud of Final Fantasy VII.
well, that sounds like fun. The whole like mopey
No,
meme kind of
he's
guy.
kind in the movie. He's kind of clueless and doesn't really understand what's going on around him.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
That's
I
better because that kind of mopey, like, I don't want to help anyone, I don't want anyone to help me, I have to rely on myself kind of attitude that they have in a lot of Final Fantasy games gets really, really annoying.
yeah.
So I think
Uh,
that was the main characters in I know Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII.
yeah.
Those are really the only Final Fantasies I've played except for 13, and I barely got anywhere with that.
Um, yeah, he's kind of reluctant at first. He doesn't really know what to do, and then
So he's just kind of figuring out what he has to do, and
yeah,
then gets into it.
yeah. Uh, Before that, there was an animated series called Press Start Adventures. Well, actually, it was done after the movie was released, but it's a prequel setting up for the movie.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a couple of seasons after that, setting up for the second movie. And
Nice.
I want to watch that. I went through the whole marathon, and it was pretty cool.
And so, like, it's an actual, like, production?
Um, yeah,
Or, like,
on zero budget.
oh, okay. So it was just like a bunch of fans that got together and kind of made
Yeah.
this.
Um, are you familiar with the original Mortal Kombat series? Like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3?
Not really.
Well, two of the like modeling actors for some of the fighters in that were present in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's see here. The Pacina brothers.
Oh,
And
name sounds familiar.
let's see here. Also in the cartoon, another one of the people from Mortal Kombat. His name is John Turk. He's the voice of one of the characters. Maybe he was. I can't really think if he was just the voice or if he actually portrayed a character. Maybe. I'm not really sure right now.
Gotta check out IMDb.
Yep. I'm there right now.
You
Right
gotta
now.
love it.
Carlos Pacina, Dan Pacina. No John Turk. Arf, arf.
Yeah, that's the stupid fucking dog behind my house. They bark non-stop. My dad actually was calling the cops on people trying to file noise complaints and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So, but
John
sounds
Turk's
like it didn't do anything.
John Turk's gonna be in the new Transformers movie.
Nice.
He's gonna be a guard, uncredited.
Oh,
uh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, the games that I got from GameFly were Star Ocean: The Last Hope and the new Mortal Kombat.
nice.
Star
Oh,
Ocean, I I got into that like more than Mortal Kombat.
yeah, I have Star Ocean. It was actually pretty cool. I never actually. That's another one that I haven't really gotten very far in.
Yeah, I'm still on the first disc, but I'm renting it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be put in the mail tomorrow.
Oh. With GameFly, do you like? Do you get to hold on to it as long as you want, or
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
so? Why don't you keep it for longer?
Because it was a 14-day free trial.
Oh, and
So
that's almost over.
yeah, it'll be over on the 19th.
Oh, okay.
Took a few days to get here,
Yeah,
so yeah,
that
tomorrow.
sucks.
Tomorrow I'll be sending it back, and on the 19th I'll be canceling it.
Wow. Yeah, I never really thought much of GameFly, just because. Well, I mean, it'd be good for people who play games faster than I do, but I mean, it usually takes me like a year to beat a game.
Now,
Like, I'm still working on Grand Theft Auto 4. Like, I'm playing it right now. And I look back at the very first achievement I got, and it was in 2008.
wow.
Yeah.
And people like me, yeah, there's a place over here that's kind of like King Super Safeway. It's got its own little video rental place, but they don't have anything really.
Yeah.
A lot of the games that they had were either stolen or who knows.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, I remember back when I first got into video games, the Sega Genesis,
mm,
that my mom worked at King Supers, and she'd always grab Genesis games for us that they had in the old rental place. And we get to play with those whenever they'd rotate them out, like when a new game would come out and they need space on the shelf. She'd get them for like $2.
oh, that's cool.
So I still have a big, huge box full of like old Sega Genesis games.
Ooh, nice. Do you still have the system?
Yep.
Oh,
Still
wow.
have the original Sega Genesis.
The Model 1, the big long system with the headphone output.
I have one of those. That wasn't my original one. I have I don't remember if it was the second model one that was just kind of smaller.
Small and square.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin had one of those. I had the Model 1, the long one.
Yeah, I have a Model 1 that I found at Goodwill. I'm pretty sure it works. I don't really know. I just found it there, and it was like it didn't have any cords or anything.
You know,
It was just the system itself.
if it does work, could you send it to me?
Yeah. If I can find it, I don't know exactly where it is right now.
Well,
It's in a box somewhere. But
I do have one game for it. Just one game. X-Men.
oh, actually, I think I have that game too.
That was bundled with the system.
Yeah. Oh no, the one that we got with the system was that 6-pack thing
Ah,
that had like the original Sonic the Hedgehog and then
yeah.
Streets of Rage and like some motorcycle
Oh,
game.
wait, no. It wasn't bundled with the system. That's right. Sonic the Hedgehog and Biohazard Battle were bundled with it, and my mom picked up an extra game, so had Sonic 1, Biohazard Battle, and X-Men.
No.
And I got a Sega Genesis because my cousin introduced me to Shining Force 2, and I was blown away. I was blown
Nice.
away with it.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, just talking about this is bringing back memories of sitting in my room when I was a little kid playing
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog. And you were able to, like, Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and stuff, you could do 2-player.
Do you
2 or 1.
remember Sega Channel by any chance?
It sounds familiar.
It was Sega's thing through the cable company. Like, they had this little device that you put into your Sega Genesis, and you could play games through the cable line. It was like kind of like games on demand for on Xbox Live, but you paid just a certain amount of money per month for it, and you could play 50 games a month. It doesn't matter if it was demos or like a bunch of full games.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I was a little kid when I had the Sega Genesis, and I'd just sit there
I
and
had
play Sonic the Hedgehog.
I had a T-shirt, a Sega Channel T-shirt with Sonic on it, doing his little pose and.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Steam has a whole bunch of old Genesis games. Shining Force 2 is $3.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot better than the original Genesis cartridge. 22 used for $24, or one brand new for $1,035.99.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how much a original was it when the original Legend of Zelda came out
Oh.
with the gold cartridge.
Oh.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah, me too. I've got both of them. The original Zelda and Zelda 2. Both in gold cartridges.
Yeah, I only have the original Legend of Zelda, not Legend of Zelda 2.
Let's see here. The Legend of Zelda, 3 new from $250.
Nice.
$549 is the most expensive one.
And that's probably still like in a sealed box.
Yeah, brand new, factory sealed with horizontal seam. This
Yeah.
game is from the first original gold cartridge release in 1987.
Yeah, so it sounds like mine isn't probably worth very much. I think it was back like a few years ago when like they were really in demand, because I remember like just even a used one like what I had was going for around $600. But I think when everyone saw that and they found theirs, they started selling it and the price just went down.
Yeah.
Like the whole supply and demand.
Holy cow! Secret of Mana. One new, $1,699.95.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for a game that's buggy like that, oh my god, $1,700?
That is crazy.
Oh my god, that's...
Are you looking on eBay?
No, Amazon!
Oh, wow. I was gonna say, is there any bids on that thing?
No, this is on Amazon.
Wow.
Even the collectible isn't even $50 for the lowest. And the most expensive is $99.
Yeah.
But none of these are complete and factory sealed.
Oh, yeah.
Cartridge only, completely intact, shiny front, blah 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 blah. Cartridge only, blah 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 blah. Cartridge only. Instructions and map included. That's $60. Complete game or complete video game with original box and manual. 85. Cartridge with the original box, gameplay manual, and map. But that does not. $1,700. I can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
And I guess if it's still factory sealed after God knows how long.
Well, does it say how long the posting's been up there on Amazon?
No, not
'Cause if it's
really.
been up there for a long time, then you tell that like some guy was just like, "Oh, this is probably worth a lot. I'm gonna put it up there for $1,700."
No, it doesn't really say how long it's been up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever pay that much for any game.
No, I know I wouldn't.
I mean, I'm not really a game collector or anything. I just like playing them. The
Yeah.
only things I really collect are, uh, actually, I don't think I collect anything.
Yeah, I've got a collection of tech decks. I mean, I have a whole series of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 tech decks. I mean, the whole set.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I just found a bunch of my old tech decks. Like,
And they're still in the original packaging. Some may
oh,
be a little bent, but they're still in the packaging. It's still pretty good. And I have the first series of blind hand boards.
no, that's
The,
pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah, none of my stuff's in any of the.
Uh, my mom, while she was working at Toys R Us a long time ago, she bought a set of 4 Star Trek based Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think I told you about that once before. Um,
I don't know.
yeah, while we were still living out there. Um, hmm. Let's see here. What else? What else? What else? What else? Can't really think of a whole lot. So how's it going in Grand Theft Auto?
Uh,
Slow?
yeah.
Can't stop killing people?
I just drive down the sidewalks. It's okay. I
I
got
mean,
my guy looking like he's a mafia hitman, wearing a suit, and every time I go like into a group of bad guys or whatever to try and take down some guy, I always just pull out the pistol and use that. I have shotguns and machine guns and sniper rifles and stuff, but I still use the pistol.
if it was me, I'd probably use the baseball bat.
Yeah. It just takes too long to hit someone, and you have to try and get close to them, and they try and run away from you, and
Oh yeah, in one episode of the Press Start Adventures, they parody Grand Theft Auto.
oh, nice.
uh, the city that they're in is called Freedomsburg, and the sign says, "You're free to leave at any time." And it's set like Grand Theft Auto, and one of the characters, Linku, a ninja, a homicidal ninja. He goes in and takes the city over, and it went from being like the state of Grand Theft Auto to like a utopia
Nice.
overnight.
Oh, that was fun.
And then he gets all depressed and decides to leave.
That's awesome. And so, where can you go to view that?
You can watch the Press Start Adventures at let's see here. at darkmaze.com/press start adventures.
Oh, nice. I was thinking what you should do for like the podcast whenever we talk about stuff is have like a link dump in like the description on YouTube or whatever
Yeah.
that just has links directly to like whatever.
What we were just talking about.
Yeah, so you can just put a link to it and
Yeah.
people can just click on that and go,
I think I'll do that.
"Oh, that guy's dead." Driving down the sidewalk.
Hmm.
Apparently the cops don't like that too much.
Drive around the corner and they'll forget about you.
Yeah, I know. That's always so funny in Grand Theft Auto. It's just like, oh, I just got to get far enough away from like any cops, and they'll just completely forget that like you just murdered 20 people. It's like it's okay. You go and shoot like 20 cops and then
Yeah.
run away. They don't care.
New. So what'd you think of the image that I used? It was just our avatars on it.
That was pretty good. I just got ejected from my car. I hit another car head on.
Bet that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, oh look, my car's gonna explode. Oh, I got hit by another car. Probably shouldn't stand in the street. I just got hit by another car.
It would be a good idea to get out of the street.
You're just gonna start shooting people in the face. Oh,
With
cops
nail
didn't
guns.
like that. That would be so cool if you could have a nail gun in Grand Theft Auto. 'Cause that's a lot quieter than a regular gun, so you could use that as like a silenced weapon.
Grab a couple of pillows.
Yeah. You just throw a pillow at someone and then run up and shove the gun into it and then fire.
Yeah. Oh, I'm running out of things to talk about.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something.
Okay, state of Shining the Holy Ark. I'm almost done with that. I got a couple more areas to go through, and then I'll be done. Right now, I'm in the Mirage Village Tower of Illusion area. I'm about ready to enter the Tower of Illusion. It's I think 7 stories. It's pretty big. I mean, the whole game is pretty big. For the time, it's pretty good, considering the limitations of the system.
And you're just playing that through a emulator?
No, actually, I'm playing it on the actual system, and I'm recording it using my capture device.
Oh, nice. And what system was that on?
Sega Saturn.
Oh, cool.
I got that while I was. I got the system while I was working at Bojo's. Then I decided to order up a mod chip for it,
No.
and that was pretty good for me in hindsight. If I were still working there, I probably would have bought a few games.
Yeah.
But I got the system, and I got Nights into Dreams.
Oh, those are cool games.
Yeah.
I wanted to find one of those, but I don't know. I completely forgot about it.
Let's see here. Oops. Nights into Dreams. Let's see here. 22 used for $5.95. Hey, that's not bad.
Nice. Now I just have to get a Sega Saturn.
Hey, Knight's Journey of Dreams for the Wii. $1.95.
An even newer game is cheaper.
And new $5.70.
Nice.
Or you could, or they also have the option buy new, 954. That's half of the original cost. Well, actually, no. I wonder what the original cost was when it first came out, because they got it listed for $20, and they got that slash through it, and 954. Oh, wow.
Uh,
Did you know that Nights into Dreams was re-released for the PS2?
I think I heard something about that. That sounds familiar.
However, it was only released in Japan.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard.
It, they remake Nights, but they couldn't bring it stateside.
Why weren't they able to do that?
Who
Is it
knows?
just legality issues or something?
Management, management at Sega.
Good old Sega.
Yeah. Let's see here. The I'm trying to think here. The only game there were only 5 games that weren't exported during the Camelot era for the Shining games, and post Camelot era, only 5 games made it.
Nice.
Had been exported.
Hey, I think you were telling me about that in the last podcast.
Yeah. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Sucks that stuff like that has to happen.
Yeah. I was watching some more of the E3 footage, like from Nintendo, IGN's coverage.
Oh, yeah.
The Wii U.
The what?
Wii U. It's Nintendo's new system.
Oh, they actually released the name for it?
Yeah. I guess it's kinda a new system, but kinda not. Because it's like, I guess what it really is a big handheld tablet device with
Oh, wow.
with 2 control sticks and the buttons and a control pad. It's kind of like the DS, but like blown up.
Well, Nintendo does make good handheld devices.
Yeah, and basically you could use the screen, the screen on the hand device in conjunction with the TV.
Okay. So is it going to be portable, or are you going to have it plugged into like a wall or something?
It's both portable
Okay.
and like say if you're playing a Mario game on the TV and someone wants to watch TV, you can continue playing your game while they watch TV.
Okay.
So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Do you remember Excite Bike?
I do remember Excite Bike.
Well, I
I have
guess
the
you're
free
gonna.
version of it on my 3DS.
Well, hang on. Oh, okay.
Because they finally released that update, like, literally right after we finished the podcast last week.
Yeah. Yeah, they did remake Excite Bike, but what I didn't know is that it's 27 years old. It's a 27-year-old game.
That is an old game.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, that game's older than me?
Yeah.
And then I also thought about Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. That's all older than me too, because the original game was called Punch-Out, and it's an arcade game.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't remember actually playing it in the arcade, but I remember reading information on the interwebs.
Let's see here.
Well, that's not good.
Let's see here, and then The Legend of Zelda. That's 25 years old this year.
Nice.
So yeah, they showed more of their new Zelda game, Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I
Uh,
haven't played like any of the last what 8 Zelda games.
man, I back in the N64 days, I almost had them all.
Yeah.
The only ones that I didn't have were the Game Boy Color ones at the time.
Oh. Yeah, the
Um,
only one that I really ever played was
the original.
the Ocarina of Time or whatever.
Yeah,
I
that's.
never played the original. I have the original on
But,
that.
but you never played it.
Yeah.
You owe it to yourself. You also should play A Link to the Past.
Okay. I'll see if I can find that on like an emulator or something.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Or maybe they'll release it on their virtual console. I can just play it on my 3DS. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because they I don't know if they just released it or if they're getting ready to release it, but it's the Ocarina of Time or whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Yep.
The Ocarina,
Yeah.
Macarena.
Macarena.
Yeah, the Macarena of Time.
Emphasis
It's just all the
on
characters
mock.
from Zelda doing the Macarena through
Emphasis on
time.
mock.
Yeah. But yeah, they're releasing that game on, or they did release it on the 3DS.
Yeah. I have to say it looks good, but I'd rather play the original on the N64.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen this guy LP both Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, but they were like the remakes for not really remakes, but ports for the GameCube, I think,
Oh.
or was it Wii? Might have been the Wii port. But I still prefer the original controller in my hand.
Yeah. What was the whole, like, left hand grip thing for? Because
Left
I
hand.
never ever played any Nintendo 64 games
Oh.
that required you to do that.
There was one that I can think of that
Wasn't that the
implements
D-pad,
it.
the D-pad over there?
Yeah, Mischief Makers. Mischief
Yeah,
Makers
I never even heard that
implemented
game.
that. But you couldn't use the control stick with it. You had to use the D-pad for it.
Wow. Was it like on a grid or something?
I really don't remember. It's been a long, long time since I played it. God. Yeah, I really don't remember.
Yeah, because I thought it was really weird that they had this controller with 3 like grips on it.
Yeah.
Have 2 hands.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird. I was like, why didn't they just make a normal controller like all the other systems?
It's Nintendo. They want to be different.
Eh. Well, and they are, because they always come out with crazy cool things.
Uh,
Like the first 3D video game system without
the need
glasses, and then the Wii with the
yeah.
motion controls and stuff.
Yeah. Then Kinect comes out and
Yeah. Microsoft has to one-up them.
yep. Controller? What controller?
Yeah. And then what is it, the PlayStation Move?
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to put one out there too, but it's not going to be as good as any of the other ones.
Right. And
like,
there'll
the hell is
probably be
the point of
some
putting that out?
audience members out there who will be like, rebel, rebel, rebel.
Yeah. Haters gonna hate, but whatever. I don't care. I don't like I hate all video game systems. I don't even know why I'm doing this podcast. I just hate video games. Altogether. So send your hate mail to...
Go screw yourself at
Yeah.
fu.com.
I was gonna say my new favorite quote is from this Canadian show called Trailer Park Boys.
Mm.
And it's, hey, don't you have some offs to go fuck? And then when someone says, what? You say, fuck off. Yeah, I've been watching that show too much lately.
If you hate video games, why are you playing Grand Theft Auto 4?
I don't know. So I like killing people. There's no way I can legally do it.
Pretending that they're your coworkers?
No, I don't really hate my coworkers. It's just
Maybe your
I'm
boss?
annoyed by everyone. So
So yeah, I managed to finish up the FAFSA today,
oh, nice.
and I got that submitted, and I'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah,
I just might go back to school in the fall.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
What classes were you gonna take?
Not sure. I'm gonna have to find out.
Or what do you like want to go get a degree for or whatever?
uh, Whatever. Yeah. Right
Whatever
now,
you can find.
you know, I really have no interest in just learning one thing.
Yeah.
Like, there are people out there who are content with just knowing one thing and that'll get them by. But me, I want to know as much as I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of regret my whole stance on college. I went for 3 semesters, failed every single class, and I ended up with a better job than everyone I went to college with. But it would still be kind of nice to have a degree, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, well, I kind of feel like I came out not on top on that, but
Well, maybe with the experience that you have working there, maybe you could get a degree in, or maybe not a degree, but something in video editing or
yeah.
whatever, and maybe get a job at a big company.
Yeah, I don't really know if that's what I want to keep doing, just because
Yeah,
the industry is cool and all. It's just
it's just not
it's
interesting enough.
yeah. I mean, probably more interesting if I was doing something other than like.
Editing.
Well, I'm not even doing editing. I'm doing like assistant editing kind of stuff, like finding B-roll and getting footage ready for the editor.
Mm.
And the thing that kind of sucks about that is I always have editors like sending me emails like I need this, and like what I was doing today where I was basically looking for a needle in the haystack, and it was even stuff that didn't even exist. So
Still having that problem, huh?
yeah, again, it was for the show. We needed the host to say something about Sportsman's Warehouse, and for like the
Sports.
well, we call them billboards.
Yeah.
They're the little things that go between like the show and the commercials, to where it's like someone saying like this show is brought to you by this and this and this, and I had everything except for those saying Sportsman's Warehouse, and so it's like, well, we know it. The producer said it's on a different card, and it's like, okay, so I went through the whole episode that had all the footage from the show that like I pulled the other billboards from. And I was like, it's not in here. I don't know where it is. If it's in here, it's not labeled. So I'm gonna have to go through every bit of footage. And then my boss was just like, "Oh, it's probably not even in that episode. It's probably in an earlier episode." She hands me all the paperwork for the entire series, and it's like, I don't know, 3 seasons now.
Oh my god.
So I was at work until, well, it's not
Good
that
show.
bad. Yeah,
Maybe you and
so
I should make a movie.
yeah, just a movie about dealing with retarded people.
Office Space.
Yeah, it'll be Office Space too. I actually do work in a cubicle, and I actually have a red swing line stapler at my desk. It was kind of funny when I brought it into work. The other guys, like everyone else I work with, they're all like the film nerds or film geeks or whatever. So like every time I walk past them, they're always sitting there like discussing new movies and talking about the different shots and like theorizing on all the crazy stuff. I'm like, I liked when this thing exploded. That's my input on in the whole conversation. But it was kind of funny when I brought that swingline stapler in, and the moment they saw it, like one of the guys came over to the window that's behind it. It's a retard window. It's a window between two offices.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so he just comes over and it's like a drive-through window pretty much. Which that's what people use it for when they need B-roll requests or whatever. They just come like, "Hey Dan, can you give me this?" It's like,
No.
okay,
Come
I'll get that
inside,
to you in
yeah.
3 days. Pull around to the second window, please. But yeah, it was kind of funny because then they came over, they're like, "Oh, I believe you have my stapler." I'm just like, "No, this is my stapler." It was one of those days when I wasn't dealing with anyone's crap, so I wasn't really in the mood to mess around. But yeah, so that's what I deal with every day, which I think we were talking about last podcast.
Business as usual, folks.
Yep, that's what I do when I get off work. I start complaining about work.
Yeah, the next time I'm in Colorado, we should definitely do something together,
Yep.
movie-wise.
Even if it's just make like a little short video or something like that.
Yep. Maybe set it in like a diner or something.
Yeah. Well, there is one of those Gunther Tooties right down the road, so.
I'm talking about like a local diner, not a chain diner.
Oh.
One of those hole-in-the-wall places that's so good.
I think we have a couple of those downtown. I remember, like, there's some cool. It's not really a diner, but it was a cool pizza place called Pasquini's. And, trying to remember, they had, like, for little kids, whenever they come in there, they give them, instead of, like, coloring books and stuff like that, they give them pizza dough to play with. And so, like, little kids get to sit there and play with, like, a big wad of pizza dough.
That's
And
funny.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I used to go there a lot when I was a little kid,
God,
and I'm pretty sure it's still there. It was like right down off Broadway or something like that, right across from a light rail station.
when I was a little kid, back in California, my parents used to take my brother and I to this place called Round Table Pizza. And that was probably one of the first video game experiences in my life. I'd bring up like a stool or something to an arcade machine, and I'd be at it.
Yeah,
Speaking of pizzerias.
I used to do that, except it wasn't really at a pizzeria; it was at a bar. Me and my brother would play. I don't remember what it was called. It was one of those golfing games where you had the ball that you would roll.
Golden Tee?
Yeah, Golden Tee. And me and my brother would sit there and play Golden Tee and eat popcorn. It was so much fun. And then they eventually got rid of Golden Tee and got some Jurassic Park game where you had one of the little guns. And
Jurassic Park rail shooter.
yeah, it was one of those rail shooter games. And we didn't play that much, but
Why is it that the hole-in-the-wall places are so much better than the chains?
I don't know. That's even how it was for like a lot of other people that I grew up with. It was always just the random like crappy little places that like weren't clean,
Yeah.
but it was always the most fun place that you go and hang out and like
Yeah.
play arcade. They always had like 2 arcade games or something like that,
And
and that's what you play.
the food,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
Fortunate for me, the only two, chains that are in my little town are KFC and Subway. That's it. Those are the only two chains.
At least you got a Subway and a KFC.
Well, we have a better sub shop than Subway.
Oh yeah, an actual like independent sub shop that's
Yep.
not a chain
Yeah.
or franchise or
Yep.
whatever. This make me hungry. I want to go eat something now.
Man,
I'm trying to get this achievement in Grand Theft Auto where you fly a helicopter underneath all the bridges. I have all but one bridge, and I have no idea where the other bridge is. And oh, now I just crashed my helicopter. So now I gotta go find another helicopter.
maybe. Have you ever tried to uh, drive a car into a helicopter like in Die Hard 4?
I don't know. I haven't tried to. That gives me an idea. All right, I have to get a 3-star wanted level so the helicopter will come, and I have to find an area where I can hit a jump with my FBI car.
Actually,
That's the car that I always drive now in the game. Is the FIB Buffalo, because you can get it on. It's one of the cheats that you can get, and so I always just pull out my phone and in the game and have one of them spawn. And plus, you get I think like 10 rounds for shotgun when you do it.
oh, that's cool.
Every time you get in a law enforcement vehicle, you get shotgun rounds.
Nice.
So it's always good having shotgun rounds.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Oh, shit.
Oof.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that I'm still playing like a Xbox 360 game that's been out for
Over
What?
a year. Or, wait.
3 or 4 years.
And me,
I don't.
I just started playing a game that's been out for 2 years.
Nice. Oh, now I'm getting a phone call. Alright. I'm gonna ignore that right now.
Let's see here. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of games that I want to play, but I'm not sure if I'll ever have the chance.
Eh. Well, you can do like what my friends do and just pirate everything.
I can't do that with my Xbox.
Well, he does. Oh, yeah, I guess he did. I think he did mod his Xbox. I don't know. Or no, he didn't mod it yet. He's planning on modding it. And I'm like, you can never connect that to the internet again once you do
Right.
that. They'll instantly brick it.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I don't play multiplayer games anyway. And I'm like, okay, go for it, whatever. And I'm one of the people that like I'm totally against pirating, just because I know what video game developers go through to make these games.
Yeah.
So
Same here, but for me, if the system is obsolete, then I kind of feel that, you know.
yeah, well, yeah, if it's an older game like that or whatever. But I mean, for
Yeah, the
my
current.
my friend pirated Duke Nukem, and it's not out until tomorrow.
Right. God. Can you believe that you have to pre-order the game just to get the demo?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you have to buy the game to get the demo. Which, when I heard about that, I thought that sucked.
Yeah,
That's not right.
that's like the point of a demo is to get people to try it so that they'll buy it.
Yeah.
But if you're only giving the demo to people who have already bought it, the
Yeah.
hell's the point of that?
Yeah, that's not right. Not right at all.
Shit, my car's on fire.
Yeah, you better get a fire extinguisher.
Yeah. I'm just gonna steal a forklift.
There you go. How about a front loader?
I don't know if you can steal those in the game.
Do they even have them?
They might in like construction sites. Oh, I thought that was a golf cart. Wait, what is that? No,
Yeah, my
I'll stick with a forklift.
my last neighbor, the guy who let me borrow one of his games and gave me a whole bunch of others and that stuff. Anyway, he used to park his front loader like in front of his house.
Was he a construction worker?
Kind of, sorta, but not really. He used it to plow the snow off of off of roads.
Oh, that's one way to do it. You guys get a lot of snow up there, don't you?
Yeah, but well, this year and last year, it was more cold than snowy. And last year it was pretty mild. Actually, uh, 2009 going into 2010, that was mild. Not last
Uh,
year. Last year was a little bit colder, but
yeah.
it could get anywhere from 20 below to around 50 below up here.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Oh, shit.
we get some awesome antifreeze up here.
Yeah, I bet.
And, see here.
God damn
We
it.
got a whole bunch of winter
I've got to
stuff.
fucking die.
See here. Winters in the UP. See here. Dog sleds, a whole bunch of huskies.
Nice. You got any salt mines up there?
We've got iron mines up here.
I'm looking to buy a salt mine to start a new science company.
Not
I was
sure.
gonna.
I don't think we have any salt mines up here.
Oh,
I know there's a whole bunch of iron mines up here. Because this is Iron County. Or, I should say, Iron Country.
no, that's cool.
Let's see here.
Did you get my reference there that I was making?
Uh-uh.
Portal 2?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's where Aperture Science is in a salt mine up in the UP.
Huh.
Yeah, I made it
I
fun.
I knew it was, I knew that Aperture Science was located in the UP, but I didn't know that it was supposed to be set in a salt mine.
Yeah, there's in certain parts when you go underground in the game, there's a like a trophy case that has a bunch of trophies in it, and then there's like newspapers on the wall or on the back of the trophy case. And one of the newspapers says local entrepreneur buys salt mine. And like even the old 1940s Aperture Science logo
Yeah,
says what was it? Salt, asbestos, and shower curtains.
yeah, that was for the Navy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
God, I should have gotten Portal 2 instead of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Let's see here.
Portal 2 is a good game. It's probably one of the best, if not the best game this year. Or so far, at least.
No, not even Wikipedia has anything.
Anything on salt mines or what?
Yeah. Next time
Yeah, it's probably just a made-up thing. Ooh! I'm gonna go in there.
tomorrow when my dad and I go for our weekly visit to our neighbors, we'll ask him about it. If there are
Ask
any,
him about salt mines.
yeah, salt mines up here. Because, like I said, I know there's a whole bunch of iron mines. That was the bloodline of, well, not bloodline, but it was the thing up here at the time. Because where I'm living right now, it was like a mining community of 12 houses.
Nice.
And
Hey, you live in an old mining town, don't you?
yeah, like right around the corner, there's an old mine entrance.
Nice.
Let's see here. Yeah, like I said, it's You know what? I'm not gonna say it again because I'm gonna be. I would be redundant.
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, that bitch is dirty.
let's see here. Yeah, we just passed the hour mark, so you want to call it quits for now?
Sure.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. We'll probably come back again next week.
This is Ramblecast.
Yep, Ramblecast. Ramble, ramble, ramble.
Yep.
See you
That's
next
how it
week.
always ends up happening, is we just kind of randomly go off on tangents and talk about random stuff. I always end up bitching about work, and then we start like reliving past video game experiences of hole in the wall pizza places, and
Yeah.
so yeah, come back next week and listen to me bitch about work and everything else that we usually do.
Until next week,
I'm Dane Bauer.
and I'm Scott Bloom. We'll
We'll
see you
see you
later.
next.
Almost did stereo.
I know.
We'll see you later, guys.
Later.